Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, you're probably noticing that I did something different with my hair. It's not finished yet. I was trying to get so many different box dyes out of my hair, and my mom is a beautician, so I was like, well, I don't have to put in all of the money that some people have to, go into salons, since it is a long process, going blonde again. So from really dark hair, especially if you've had black on your hair, and I dyed my hair black this last August or September. So I have a couple more sessions, but it came out really good. It actually came out better than what it ever has in my whole life, and I think that's because of being pregnant. But usually they say that your hair may not take as good with doing any type of coloring while you're pregnant, but mine has came out way better than it ever has, because mine always turns super red, like super red, because I was born with red hair, and then it went blonde, and then went into like an ashy brown. My hair just changed colors all the time. But I decided to do my 13 through 17 week pregnancy update. So I'm 17 weeks and 6 days today. I turn 18 weeks tomorrow. I cannot believe how fast it has gone by. Like, it is unreal, and I'm just so full of happiness and joy, and I feel like I'm getting even more eager. Sorry, I know you can probably hear Sage crying. Stop it. That doggy doesn't want to play. Get down. I'm trying to use the window for better lighting because it's pretty dark in here, and I didn't feel like pulling out my ring light or doing any of that. Hopefully I don't look like too much of a mess. It's been a couple weeks since I got my last video up, and I need to get another one up like really soon. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go straight into it. So just keep watching. But first, don't forget to hit the little bell to wow, my mind just pregnancy brain. Hit the little bell to get notified every time that I post a new video. And don't forget to hit the little red subscribe button, because I really would love for you guys to keep up with me on this journey. And yeah, so just keep watching. Okay, so starting with 13 weeks, I wrote some things down, and I'm just going to go straight through it. So don't mind me if I'm not really looking at the camera. I'm just going to be reading off this list and explaining a couple things. I don't want this to be a very long video, because I have made pretty much all of my videos in the past very long. Though I am happy that I was very informative and explained a lot in depth for you guys, because I feel like that is very helpful and beneficial for women that are going through pregnancy, or maybe thinking about going through pregnancy. Those videos can really help, like whenever I looked up a lot of videos like those for myself, I was happy with what I found. But then again, another reason why I was so in-depth is because a lot of videos, some women just didn't go that in-depth or want to talk about all of the TMI. And I don't care to, because this is pregnancy. This is what our bodies were created to do, and it's beautiful, even if it is miserable. And we're allowed to say that. It can be miserable. Like, you can feel miserable. And I would love to make a video about that, because there can be times where you're sitting here and you're like, oh no, like, can I do this? Can I get through this? This is, if you were like me, dealing with being hyperemesis and having such a rough pregnancy, it can really mess with your mind. But anyway, going into the 13 weeks, headaches every day, every single day. And if I didn't have one that day, then I just didn't really feel too good. And definitely the next day I had a headache. Stomach pains started every day, like awful stomach pains. Didn't really know what they were at this point. I had an appointment coming up at 14 weeks. So I just knew that I had stomach pains every single day. And like my mom and dad kept telling me, that's from you stretching and growing. So I waited to ask my doctor about that, and I'll get into that. Still lots of discharge, nausea randomly every day, and I did actually throw up once or twice during the 13 weeks. During the 14 weeks, I actually threw up once. Could have been twice, may have been twice. It's usually whenever I get sick, it's usually the very first day of going into a new week. And you'll kind of notice a pattern with all of the other weeks that I talk about, or if you look back on all my other videos, usually that is whenever I am the sickest. That's when I feel more sick, at the very beginning of a new week. But so I threw up a couple times, nausea randomly every day. At this point, it wasn't really necessarily waking up feeling nauseated. I was just waking up very super duper hungry. And if I didn't eat, especially if I didn't eat whatever I was craving, which had been cereal, I've been on a cereal binge like no other. And if I did not eat it, then that's whenever I would get really, really sick and I'd have to take a Zofran. Or it was just going to throw off the whole day. Cravings kicked in really strongly. Like I said, the cereal binge really kicked in, and along with some other cravings. Now, I've always been a lover of strawberries, and they've been a craving of mine, but fruit has really, really, really been a strong craving. I can eat like a whole carton of strawberries and could go on to eat another carton if I wanted to. And honestly, I've realized that it is my body trying to naturally get iron and many other vitamins and other things that my body needs. Because I hadn't been able to take prenatals. I wasn't able to take prenatals there for a little while, and then I had to go to Flintstone gummies, like the little kids Flintstone gummies, and those are the only vitamins that I can take because of them making me very, very sick. Headaches every day still, every day. Stomach pains every day, and I mean, these stomach pains hurt so bad, like so bad. And it would feel like my period was about to start, like right that second, but kind of worse. And it would feel like a tightening sensation in my uterus, in my stomach. And it would kind of hold for a little bit. And then maybe after like a minute or something, it would let up. And during the 14 weeks is when I went to the doctor, and he said that it sounds like I'm having some contractions, and so like Braxton Hicks contractions, and he just told me to just keep drinking water. He said there's nothing to be concerned about. He said because of me being so tiny, I'm going to feel things a whole lot more and a whole lot worse. He said tiny girls just really have a hard time with pregnancy, and that's what it's been for me. So, but during the 14 weeks, around 14 and a half weeks, I'd say 14 weeks and 3 days was when I started to feel her move around. I actually started to feel like pressure or something kind of move quickly to the other side of my stomach, or like a popcorn feeling, or like something kind of brushing against something, and it would always feel like pressure, like gas bubbles moving, but I knew it wasn't gas. And it's really hard to explain if you haven't felt it, but that's the best that I could describe it. So I was really happy to start feeling her move around. And then going on to the 15th week, heartburn flared up really bad again. I hadn't had that since like 6-7 weeks. Well, I've had heartburn during this whole pregnancy so far, but in the beginning of the first trimester, it was horrible. It was really, really, really super duper bad, and that's why I have to take heartburn medication. And in the very beginning, my mom was having to give me apple cider vinegar to help with the heartburn because it was so awful. Still having headaches every day. Now, when I did see him the week prior during 14 weeks, he had prescribed me a certain medication that he likes to give pregnant women, and it's like 3 different types of medications in one. I don't really know. I can't remember what it's called, but I think it starts with an F. And I wasn't able to get it yet because I had been so busy, and you would think that I was trying to get it, and then I had issues with like my medical card and stuff, so I wasn't able to get it right then and there. So I was still battling the headaches every day, and I mean, Tylenol did not touch these headaches. Like, they would just make me have to lay around. Going on though, moving on. Still nauseous, still dealing with nausea, still dealing with the Braxton Hicks and stomach pain from stretching, because there would be the Braxton Hicks and then there would just be stomach pain. And it would just feel like so heavy in my stomach, and my stomach would feel super duper tight. Like the skin was stretched as far as it could go, and if I ate another bite of something, she was gonna burst through my skin. Like my skin was just gonna rip. Like I just felt so tight. The baby started poking more, and I started feeling her move around a little bit even more this week. And I was hungry way more, like the beginning of the first trimester. Going on to 16th weeks. 16th, yeah, 16th. Why did I say 16th weeks? 16 weeks. I started feeling congestion. I can't even speak. I started feeling congestion again, like in the first trimester. That was one of those weird symptoms that I dealt with. I was very congested all the time and having drainage in the back of my throat like all the time, and it's so annoying. Like it's so annoying. But so that's what makes me have to drink lots and lots and lots of water in order to help that that drainage and that congestion. But 16 weeks on the dot was when the back pain kicked in. Now, I had dealt with a little bit of sciatica nerve pain, like just a few times during the first trimester when, you know, everything was first starting to grow and stuff. And my mom said that's how she was. And it would start in like one butt cheek and like shoot down that leg or whatever. And it would take a couple seconds and then it would ease up and go away. Like it would literally take me down if I was standing up. Like I'd have to sit down immediately or it was going to make me fall. Well, this was horrible. Like this was horrible back pain. Like me having, like I was waking up in the middle of the night. I still wake up like every night in the middle of the night, and I'm rolling around. I'll have to wake Josh up for him to rub my back. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, and uterus pain that would go along with the back pain. Those two would wake me up in the middle of the night, and they still do. And it's from growing, from everything stretching and growing. And it actually says on the baby apps that during 16 weeks is when women start to feel back pain. And that was right on the dot for me. Still nauseous randomly, more so in the beginning of the week. Headaches every day, still. But at this point, I got my medication, and I've been taking the medication, and it actually helps. And it says I can take it up to 3 times a day. I've usually only had to take it once a day because it helps like that much, but there's been just a couple times where I've had to take it at like the 3 times a day because the headache just would not be touched. And there are days where I try to fight off the headache so I don't have to take medication, but like I just don't want to try and be a warrior and cause just more like for my own pride or something, and cause my body more stress and pain, because the stress on my body from not feeling good is worse for the baby. So I'm taking my medication. Everything that my doctor says is, you know, okay and will be fine and healthy and beneficial. So I'm trying to listen to the doctor. The Braxton Hicks, still dealing with the Braxton Hicks. I noticed that my posture changed this week. I really noticed that change in my belly pulling forward and pulling my back in. and the way that I walk. I'm starting to get that pregnancy walk already. And this is all because I'm so tiny. I'm 5'1". I started out pregnancy underweight because I was really stressed out before getting pregnant, and I lost a lot of weight. My normal weight was between 101 103. That was always my normal healthy weight. And whenever I got really stressed out and like dealing with my depression and anxiety and stuff, I had lost a lot of weight, and I had went down to 91 pounds. So when I started pregnancy, I was 91 pounds, and then when I got really sick, I went down to 89 pounds. But now I am up to, actually I don't know what I'm up to now, but the last time that I went to the doctor at 14 weeks, I was 98 pounds. So, and I know I've definitely gained weight since then. So I'm probably back at my healthy, normal weight range. And now it's just up from here, gaining more weight, which I'm very happy about. I was feeling the baby. Well, hold on, I'll get to that in a second. Still super hungry. I got more energy. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have a whole lot more energy, and I'm happier. Like, that in itself has made me so much happier, but I just started feeling like me again, like me plus this great thing that's growing inside of me. So that's even making me more happy and more excited, because it's not like, it's hard for women to talk about this, or some women anyway, but it's hard because you don't want to say like a baby is bringing you down, or this was a mistake, or my baby is limiting me from the things that I can do, because that's not the case. But when I was so sick, pregnancy was bringing me down. It was, I don't want to use these words, but when I was so sick, that sickness was really affecting my everyday life, of course, and my mental health, of course. And pregnancy in itself is very hard, and it's an adjustment for every aspect in your whole life. But being sick like that, like I had been, and like I still am sometimes, it really just, it forms a very strong mind. Like you just become so strong. And being able to get through what I have got through, and on top of that, dealing with everyday life stressors, and not having very many friends, you know, along with me in this journey, I am so happy and proud of myself. I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders, and I'm just at a very good place. I'm happy with who I do have in my life, and I'm just really happy. But to end off 16 weeks, I felt the baby kick. I was so happy. I cried, and I don't know, to some that might sound dramatic, but other women might be like, yeah, right there with you. But I cried. It was Valentine's Day, actually. So it was my little Valentine's Day gift. And I was 16 weeks and 4 days, and I felt her little kick. And I pushed down where she had kicked, and she kicked back again. So I was really happy about that. So going on to 17 weeks, I was super hungry, like I've been saying, because that junk kicked in like crazy. Like the first trimester, like the very beginning of the first trimester, when I was just ravaging through the kitchen, randomly nauseous. I almost threw up going into the 17th week at the very beginning, the first couple days, and actually smells were triggering me that day. I wanted a Philly cheesesteak really bad, so we had went to the mall, and opening up the car door and stepping out into the parking lot of the mall, like I was already getting sick on the way to the mall, but when I stepped into the parking lot, smelling all those different smells of food, it literally it was bad. I'm just gonna put it at that. It was bad. I almost threw up, but I held it in. And I was actually able to hold it in, and I was able to go in, order my food. But as soon as I ordered it, I had to sit straight down, and Josh helped me. He's always helped me. And I got to eat and I felt way better after I ate. So, whew. Moving on. I still had horrible back pain and uterus pain at nighttime. Like I said, I mean, I'll have the back pain throughout the day, but this is more so like this is different. It really just, it wakes me up every night, and it's just a feeling that I wish I could describe it, but I just can't. Like, just these tightening sensations and just cramping and aching and throbbing, literally just the feeling as if like you are feeling your organs move around and feeling things stretching bigger and moving. And then whenever I'm already in pain and I feel her move on top of that, that has been hurtful for me. Like that, it has hurt, like whenever I feel her move. And there was actually one night where I woke up, I think during the 16th or 17th week, and she was like standing straight up in my stomach, because it was different from just having a little bulge where she gives in a ball in one area. Like, she was like standing straight up in my stomach, and it hurt. Like, it really hurt. But I was already in pain, so having lots of drainage in the back of my throat still. The congestion part kind of went away. I'm not really as congested, probably because of how much water that I drink, but still having the drainage in the back of my throat. Bloody nostrils. I still deal with bloody nostrils. Now, this has been since I first got pregnant. I didn't say in any of the other weeks, but this has been since I first got pregnant. Every morning, like, I'll just kind of wipe around in my nostrils just to check, honestly, because it's not like I have to blow anything out. But sometimes I will blow something out, some snot or whatever, but this is more so just I can feel right here or something, and there will be blood on my finger, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom and wipe my nostrils, and kind of just keep doing it until it's cleaned up. And then I think there's actually a few times that I may have put a little bit of ointment around in my nostrils just to help them be lubricated, because the dryness, now that's what's actually causing your nostrils, one of the things that's causing your nostrils to bleed, and the dryness is unreal. Like, they'll be so dried out, and my nose will whistle so much, like a lot. Moving on. Still have lots of discharge every day since the beginning of pregnancy, but I feel like it has increased once I hit the second trimester. And I tried wearing a pad a couple times, but it just didn't feel comfortable. So I go through lots of panties, and it's just my routine. It's what works for me, and I know it racks up laundry, but that's just what I do. So I change my panties often throughout the day. Now, there may be, some days where I actually don't have to do that, but most of the time I have to. I have to change my panties throughout the day, or it's very uncomfortable. Like, there will be a little bit of time where I will have to put on a nightgown and just not wear any panties and let myself air out, because of how much discharge, how much wetness is down there. It'll start making me feel raw and kind of chafed. So I really have to take care of myself down there, like extra. Now, this is my favorite part. To end the 17th week update, at 17 weeks and 4 days, Josh felt the baby kick. Now, he had actually got to feel her move around during the 16th week, which was a milestone in itself, actually being able to feel her just like move around or whatever she was doing. I think she was like turning around. It's like, I just know. I don't know if any other pregnant women are like that, but it's like, when your baby does something, it's like you just know what they're doing. And I'll tell Josh, oh, she's moving around, she's twisting around, or she's turning around, or she's moving to the other side, or I'd be like, she's about to kick. I feel her moving around. I feel her like getting geared up or something, like she's about to kick. I don't know, it's crazy. But he felt her kick at 17 weeks and 4 days, and that was just, it was everything to me. Me being as dramatic as I am, I was so happy and excited, and he was so happy. And then the next day, the next morning actually, at 17 weeks and 5 days, I caught her movements on camera. I was just laying there. I had just woke up, and this is how she wakes me up. She wakes me up in the mornings now, and she'll wake me up by like kicking now, since I can feel her kicking. And it's also like as if like she'll do it like just a little bit, a couple of times, but me and Josh will start talking as we're waking up, telling each other good morning or whatever, and it's like hearing my voice. She's like, oh, mommy's awake. So she starts kicking more and more. And this morning I felt like a really big movement. Like I was like, whoa, that was a big kick. Like, can I see that? Because like I felt it on my hand, and I was like, I wonder if I can see that. So I laid back, like I turned back over, because I'm usually laying on my side. That's how I try to get comfortable in bed. And I grabbed my camera and I recorded for a couple minutes. And sure enough, there was a couple times, I'd actually posted on my social media, but there was a couple little kicks that I caught of her like moving around and the skin just going up, like doing a little hump, her kicking. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, Josh, watch this. And I made him watch it over and over and over and over. And then I've had him sit and just study my belly so he can see her kick too. And now that's what I've been doing. I mean, that was literally just yesterday. That's weird to say. It was like that was like a week ago for some reason. My sense of time is just so weird. So weird right now. Like, I feel like hours are just days going by. But now I've literally, Sage, I've just been sitting here and studying my belly whenever I can see her kick, and I'll sit and play around with her and like rub my belly or kind of push in on it a little bit, and I'll talk to her and let her know that I'm her mommy, which I know that like we have this special bond, and she knows. But yeah, that's my 13 through 17 weeks update. Like I said before, I'm so happy, and I'm so full of life, and I'm excited for the things that I have planned, for the things coming up. I want to start planning photo shoots now because I do have a belly. Like I said, she started poking a little bit around 14 weeks. And then at 15 weeks is when you could tell that there was like a bump there. And then at 16 weeks, buddy, I woke up with a belly. And every day that belly is bigger. I'm telling you, really, like for real, every day that belly is bigger. And I am not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. I just worry that I'm going to be having to buy lots and lots and lots and lots of clothes, because we went and bought some clothes for me the other day at the mall, like some dresses, comfortable dresses that I can dress up or dress down to wear to class and for springtime coming up. And why am I wearing a large? I went from an extra small to a large, so but I'm happy. I can't complain. I really cannot complain about that. I'm really excited to see where the rest of this journey takes me. Like I've mentioned before, I have an ultrasound coming up Thursday in just a couple days. And that's her anatomy scan. So I'm really, really happy to see her. I didn't tell you guys, but I did get an ultrasound during the 15th week. It was like, I was just like 15 weeks in just a couple days. Like I just entered the 15th week, and we got a 3D-4D ultrasound. And I'll actually show you guys a picture. It was amazing to see her like that. Like so amazing. We got so many pictures, and she looks just like me. And then like from her side profile, she looks like Josh. but face on, like, she looks like me. And it was just weird. Like, I know I probably shouldn't use that word, but it was weird. Like, I really didn't even know how to react, like, especially when the tech was like, she looks just like you right there. And I was just like, I didn't know how to react. Like, that was just crazy. Like, that is inside of me. Like, that's my baby. That's my daughter. I made that. Me and Josh made that. But here is her little feet. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. It makes me so happy talking about it. And she still looks a little alien-like, of course, because she didn't have any meat on her yet. So I'm excited to see how much she has changed since this ultrasound. That's where I was getting at talking about this, since we go Thursday. She got her hands in front of her face. She loves putting her hands in front of her face. That's what she was doing the whole entire time. She makes me so happy. It's unreal. I love this one. Her lips are gonna be so full. She's got heart-shaped lips like me, but she's gonna have really full lips like Josh. Like, I have big lips, but mine are flat. But Josh has full lips. Like, they're plumped out. Okay. I'll show these pictures and I'll let that be it. These were my favorite throughout the whole session. Look at her little ear. She had turned over into my uterine wall and was hiding her face. She peeked up at us and then she had like turned back over. Was hiding her face. I love it. I love it so much. And of course we got it confirmed that she was a girl. But, wait, I have to show this picture because I love this picture. Her little hand on her head. Oh my gosh. I just couldn't believe it, seeing it. It just, let me show you like a side profile picture because we got some really good side profile pictures. It was like crazy. Like, look how good that is. Seeing her nose and the outline of her lips. And we caught her yawning. I actually have the video of her yawning. And that was when she arched all the way back and was like, with her mouth open. I know I probably looked crazy when I did that, but whatever. I don't care. I'm happy. And I just can't believe that that is my baby. I can't believe it. But yeah, so, oh, here's the really good ones. I'll show you the rest of these and then I'll call that a video. So, her little alien-like self. She's like, oh my gosh, if they don't stop it, if they don't leave me alone. Look at that side profile. Look at that. And you can see like the little heart. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to watch the video. I can't wait to start doing some maternity pictures because I'm gonna do a whole bunch. I'm taking advantage of this. I feel happy now, especially since I got my hair done. I feel beautiful, especially since I have gained more weight. I feel so confident now, and I am happy, and I can't express that enough. So maybe this will end up being a long video now, because now it's at 31 minutes. So, oh well, who cares? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got something out of it. I hope that some women can relate to some of the things I said, and I hope that there were some things that you don't have to relate to, because if you're going through it, you know, pregnancy is no joke, and a lot of people think that they are know-it-alls when it comes down to it, and I can't even be mad no more. You can't be mad at those people. You kind of just have to, okay, that's how you have to be towards it, because pregnancy is no joke, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. So yeah, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to hit the little bell to get notified every time I post a new video, and don't forget to subscribe because I want you guys to keep up on this journey with me. And who's ready for July? Because I know I am ready. I'm so ready, but I got a lot of things in store for you guys, so just keep waiting.